Hello and welcome from Thunder Alley, rainy Thunder Alley, and the fans are getting let in right now. You're watching them run. It is downpouring here at Amalie Arena, and luckily in the sport of hockey, you get to play inside. But everybody just coasting underneath. I mean, you can't see left and right, but people underneath awnings making a mad dash. The Amalie Arena staff actually allowing the fans in early because it's pouring. The fans were waiting on the steps with the rain coming down. They are going to be so cold inside this arena. Honestly, like, they really need to dry off now that I'm saying it, because I go in there and by the third period, I am donezo. So definitely something to keep an eye on. We're going to have a very excited crowd, but they're going to want to dry off somewhere and maybe run outside when it's a bit warmer. What a scene it is here as we are getting prepared for Tampa Bay taking on the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 3. We, of course, know that the Lightning are leading this series 2-0. We also know that the Lightning have never lost a series when leading 2-0. They've also never lost a series when leading 3-1. So you got that in your back pocket as well. The team has only swept an opponent twice. So they're 7-0 all time when leading 2-0 in a series, but they've only swept twice in those scenarios. The times that they have not swept, remember, they've won them, but the times that they have not swept, 4 out of 5 times they've lost in Game 3. So they're coming back from Raleigh, and they had a fun trip out there. If you have been watching these games, it's not necessarily the experience that we had when we were watching the Florida Panthers series. This game is a grind you down, work you hard, play out of each other's zones, and try to make something happen eventually. And the patience is what makes the Bolts so good in the playoffs. It's why they won a Stanley Cup last year. It's why this team is so composed in every series going forward. I mean, this has been a workman-like mentality ever since the start of the season, not even having Nikita Kucherov involved. So it's been phenomenal to watch this team go from just an emotionally charged series in Sunrise, taking on the Panthers, to playing just a very methodically paced game against the Hurricanes. Both games, 2-1, 2-1. We discussed Game 2 on Facebook Live a couple days ago, and it really was a little bit of a copy and paste. The one thing, as we got lights coming out, the weather is crazy on us. The one thing I'm sure everybody has noticed, the shot disparity. John Cooper has said after a lot of the games, not every game, but after a lot of the games, especially with the Panthers, especially Game 2, he says, look, you can't always look to the shot disparities. And 32-15 was the difference. As I'm actually going to pull up a chair here. 32-15 was the difference. As I'm going to pull up a chair. Take a look at this rain. We're going to be here a while. We ain't going anywhere. Fans are lining up right now, looking to get inside Amalie Arena, and luckily for them, they're going to make it happen because it is a torrential downpour. My goodness. Look at these. I mean, you have umbrellas, so they came prepared. But a lot of people right now under the Cigar City Brewing Company enjoying a cold one and some cold droplets to boot. The music, now just stereo system. This is what it's all about living in Tampa Bay, the rain season. I'm just thankful that we were able to get the live shots out and not have this going until the end of when we were done. But again, 32-15 shot disparity. And John Cooper said, look, it's easy to look at that and say, well, that's a problem. But if you look at the analytics, the high danger shot chances, scoring opportunities, I should say, they've been almost identical. So Carolina is a fast-paced team. They want to put a lot of pressure on your goalie. They want to put a lot of shots in. If you look at the heat map, all right, the shots aren't in front of the net. They're not in front of the crease. So the thing is, yeah, Carolina is putting a lot of shots in front of the net. And look, doing that works a lot of times. We saw Barclay Goodrow in Game 1 succeed off doing that. We saw Alex Killorn in Game 2 succeed off that. 1 of 15 shots was just a throw towards the net type of deal, and it worked out. Good things happen when you put shots on the net. Having said that, you can't always rely on the shot numbers and the shot disparity to say, oh wow, this team is dominating that team. A little bit in the Panthers series, I think that was acceptable, but as far as this series, not so much. Andrei Vasilevsky, just what else can we say about the Vezina Trophy finalists? Just logging another spectacular performance. One of now 3 netminders in Lightning's history to go 3 straight postseason games, only allowing 1 goal or less. Nikolai Havigulin did it, and then Ben Bishop did it. So that's pretty rare air. Andrei Vasilevsky, the work that this guy's put in, I mean, Vezina Trophy finalist 4 years in a row. He's won it once already. He's looking to win it again for the 2nd time. Would be the 7th player in about 40 years to win the Vezina multiple times. Sergei Bobrovsky is the last player to accomplish the feat. You got Tim Thomas, Marty Brodeur, Dominic Hasek, Patrick Roy. I mean, he's one of the best of the best. I mean, this guy is putting together a Hall of Fame career, and it's been amazing to watch himself, his career kind of grow, and to watch him maturate on the ice. Think about it. Beginning of his career, you know, and I won't even go to the beginning of his career. I'll go back to that Columbus Blue Jackets series. Losing 4-0, just not performing to the abilities of what we expected from him, and being a little bit disappointing. I mean, a lot of people were disappointed in that series, that team. You know, John Cooper was on the hot seat, but what this team has done ever since that defeat against the Blue Jackets is so phenomenal to watch. And I know a lot of Lightning fans out there are probably sick and tired of talking about it. We want to just etch it out of our memories as far as, you know, if you're a fan. But having said that, that is a part of your history. Losing to the Blue Jackets, I think, was a seminal moment for this program. A lot of players on this team right now were on the ice for that series, and it taught them a lot. It taught them never get too high, never get too low. It taught them the regular season doesn't really matter that much if you don't win it all. I mean, think about like the Golden State Warriors. The year they broke all those records and rattled off 60-plus wins. It didn't matter when they lost to Cleveland, giving up a 3-1 lead. So it's Andrei Vasilevsky has been rock solid. The Hurricanes have created some good opportunities, and he's been their stalwart. Something to watch out for tonight. This is the breaking news. Peter Mrazek is going to be in net for Carolina. They're making a switch off of Alex Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic is actually a finalist to be Rookie of the Year. And I know we can point to Game 1 where he gave up that soft goal to Barclay Goodrow, but he has made so many amazing saves in this series. He's given up a total of 4 goals. I should say one of them one of them was bad, whatever, we won't get nitpicked. The fact of the matter is he's been pretty good. I mean, think back to last game, Kucherov on a power play, Kucherov on a breakaway, and he stones him. And Nedeljkovic has done a lot of great with a couple of bad, and I don't necessarily know if switching from Nedeljkovic to Mrazek is going to be the game-changing move that Rob Brind'Amour needs. I understand wanting a spark. I understand that you want to do something because you only have potentially 2 games left and you're down 2-0. Goalie's really the only change you can make. If the Hurricanes win tonight, unless Mrazek has like 35 saves and, you know, wins 2-0, I don't think that goalkeeping is going to be the difference in this contest. What it's going to come down to is the Hurricanes getting to Andrei Vasilevsky. How that affects Nedeljkovic or Mrazek or whoever you put back there, I don't know. we'll see if that works, because I'm a skeptic in the move, regardless of whether it works out. I just think it's a move to make a move. Also, for the Lightning, David Savard, out for his third straight game. When we talked with John Cooper after Game 2, he told us he thought that Savard could be back tonight. Obviously not the case, but he emphatically said that he expects Savard back in this series. So, are you up 2-0, taking it safe? Is it really an injury that needs another couple of days? We'll never know. But having said that, it's something to keep an eye on. The lineup will be exactly the same for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The number one key for the Lightning tonight, that power play unit. Can we get that power play unit looking like the unit we saw against Florida? They have been so out of sync, and I know that they scored in the first game with that Victor Hedman shot and the Braden Point tip-in. Kind of lucky, kind of skill. I mean, again, throw it on the net and see what happens, and Hedman has just been so darn good this entire series. But that is, besides that moment, I mean, we're watching these power plays, and it's like, it looks like Carolina is more of a threat than Tampa Bay is. So that's something to keep an eye on. Also, don't get caught up in the emotions of the crowd. 13,500 people here inside Amalie Arena. A lot of them going to be cold, soaking wet maybe, but it's going to be a raucous environment. Slowly but surely, we've been having more and more fans inside arenas all across the league, all across all leagues. And especially for the Lightning, this is a new benchmark, returning to normalcy. So not getting caught up in the crowd. You know, the Panthers, they won once at home in the first series. The Lightning won twice at a 3. The Hurricanes didn't win at all in this series so far. So, you know, keeping an eye on that is very important. And then 3, like, you know, Vasilevsky, certainly a big part of the success, as we mentioned. Keeping his game as boring as possible. Let me put it like that. This series has not been super exciting. That's fine. When you're leading 2-0, that's what you want to do. John Cooper and Alex Killorn, after Game 2, said, we understand that fans think this is boring, but that's the game plan right now. You know, you don't get extra points for entertaining in a fashion that was like the Florida Panthers. All that matters is scoring, winning, and getting goals in the net. So leading this thing 2-0, being in a position where this organization has never lost before when leading 2-0 is phenomenal. Remember, we will have complete coverage of the series tonight on Nightside at 11 o'clock. Remember, you can find us on all our social media platforms. And if this team can go up 3-0, it's game over. There's a slim chance that Carolina can come back, but only 5 teams in professional sports have ever done that. So 4 in hockey, but whatever. We are going to get inside right now. Cannot wait for the environment. Cannot wait to get out of this rain. And I'll see everybody at 11 o'clock on Channel 10. I hope you all have a great night. Get your snacks, get your cold ones. We're going to have a fun night.